What's good, everyone, and welcome back to another reaction video. Today we're reacting to Film Theory Phineas and Ferb Secret Hero. Now, I've been having some nostalgia moments and trying to see previous old shows that I watched when I was younger, see if they trying to recall if they were as good as I remember them being. Some living up to the hype, some of them not. It was mainly the old cartoons that really got to me. And I still think they hold up to modern day cartoons, or even better than them. Anyway, yeah, I've been doing that. And seeing this pop up in recommendations, considering that trying to find the episodes, all of them, in order is a literal pain. I saw some on YouTube, and here we are. So, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you do, hit the like button down below, hit the subscribe button to support the channel, support the content provided, and so on and so forth. You'll know when you're subscribed when the red subscribe button turns gray, and you'll know when you're notified when the bell next to the subscribe button is lit up. Tell me your thoughts immediately if you haven't seen this video on who the hero is in the comment section below. If you have any videos you would like to recommend, leave it down in the comment section below as well. I'll react to it as soon as possible. And the link to this video will be down in the description below. With all this said, I hope you all enjoy, and let's start this.
Ferb has some serious problems with realism. And no, I'm not talking about secret agent platypuses, evil scientists with endless supplies of money, or the fact that two elementary school-aged brothers have managed to travel to space with machines assembled from materials purchased at Home Depot. No, I'm talking about the opening of the show.
There's 104 days of summer vacation.
104 days of summer vacation? On what planet? My elementary school only allowed 88 days of summer vacation. I checked the calendars of a bunch of other school districts, and the longest summer break I could find was 90. Not only do Phineas and Ferb have a slew of cool inventions, unlimited budget for their summer shenanigans, and a cool secret agent pet,
Yeah.
16 days of summer vacation? That, my friends, is a bridge too far.
The summer just keeps going on and on. It feels like it's been going on for like 4 years.
Honestly, the whole month, I still question how they get profit from their stuff. I mean, sure, there's stuff like the times they made something and they had, and people had to pay for their stuff, but yeah, it doesn't make sense to me.
Today I'm talking about Phineas and Ferb, which just last week celebrated the 10th anniversary of its debut. Now I can already hear some of you saying, Matt Pat, aren't you a little old to be watching a 10-year-old Disney Channel cartoon? Yes. On its face, Ferb may seem like a formulaic kids show, but what's so brilliant about it is that's the whole point. Unlike some cartoons, which slowly grow repetitive over years of syndication, Phineas and Ferb intentionally started out as a formulaic show, and it keeps things fresh by constantly finding ways to subvert its own cliches. Most episodes follow the same basic formula, so for those of you who aren't familiar with the show, I'll take you through a typical episode. Two brothers, the chatty upbeat Phineas and the silent stoic Ferb, are on summer vacation, and they're looking for a fresh and exciting way to spend the day. The neighbor girl Isabella walks by to ask,
"What you doing?"
And something happens to give Phineas the inspiration to say,
I know what we're gonna do today.
Someone then takes notice of the fact that their pet, Perry the platypus, has gone missing and says,
"Hey, where's Perry?"
The episode then splits into an A story, which follows the boys and their inventive shenanigans, and a B story that follows the secret life of Perry the platypus, who dons a brown fedora as he goes to thwart the latest invention of the villainous Dr. Heinz Doofenshmirtz, a local mad mad scientist.
I'm an evil scientist, not a mad scientist. There's a difference.
Dr. Doofenshmirtz is always cooking up a new
True.
invention, like the Drillinator, the Uglyinator, or the Gloominator 3000inator. Generally something with a name that ends in inator and has to be stopped. Figured you'd see the pattern. Several story beats later, the boys
Obviously.
Perry the Platypus defeats Dr. Doofenshmirtz's latest scheme, and in the process of beating the evil scientist, something happens that destroys whatever the boys were working on all day, eliminating all evidence of their shenanigans before their parents come home, wiping the slate clean for them to come up with some new invention tomorrow. The defeated Dr. Doofenshmirtz yells into the wind,
Curse you, Perry the Platypus!
Perry goes back home to the boys,
Oh, there you are, Perry.
and the boys check another day of summer vacation off the calendar. Now, even though I'm talking about Phineas and Ferb, the TV show, I'm not actually going to be talking about Phineas and Ferb, the brothers. Instead, I want to focus today's episode on the villain of the story, Dr. Heinz Doofenshmirtz, creator and sole member of Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated. Specifically,
Okay, I better not get copyright for that. That was unfair.
This obviously evil villain ever been arrested? I mean, it's not like there aren't people and animals trying to stop him. Perry the Platypus is an agent of the Organization Without a Cool Acronym, or OWCA for short.
Man, these guys are really bad at acronyms.
And most days, his sole
Not
purpose
wrong.
is to track down the despicable Doc. And clearly, Doofenshmirtz is guilty of breaking more than a few laws. Grand larceny from the time he stole all the city's Mr. Slushy Burger statues and does this duckbill make me look fat. The time he somehow managed to steal all the steaks in the the tri-state area in Comet Kermillion. Not to mention his treatment of
I can
animals.
see it.
The time he enslaved monkeys to work in his volcano laundromat. Given the fact that the OWCA employs animals, I would think that they would be taking that last one pretty personally. We also know that the OWCA could arrest him if they wanted to. In the episode, Oh, There You Are, Perry, we see Perry take on a more serious villain, the Regurgitator. You just can't keep him down. At the end of the episode, we learned that the Regurgitator has been apprehended and put into prison.
You defeated the regurgitator. As a matter of fact, he just landed in our prison.
Notice that Perry's boss, Major Monogram, says our prison. This is an OWCA holding facility, not some generic state prison. They don't even have the excuse of not being able to find him. He has an enormous building in the middle of the city with a giant freaking name on the front. In short, if the
True.
OWCA wanted to arrest Doofenshmirtz, they could. But they don't. They don't even try, which means that something else has to be going on here. Something a bit more devious and underhanded. And that is what we're gonna expose today. Our first clues lie in the Phineas and Ferb special,
That makes
OWCA files. Heinz Doofenshmirtz was once
That makes sense.
training program at OWCA, which is a weird quirk of his past, considering that the organization only allows animals to serve as agents.
You know, Carl, it's weird that he's not an animal. We should fire him.
I am already on it, sir.
Doofenshmirtz, though, found a loophole where he's legally considered an ocelot due to being raised by wild animals, meaning that he was lucky enough to get into the program.
I'd say that's probably the first time anyone has described my being abandoned by my parents and raised by Central American wildcats as lucky.
Why Doofenshmirtz left the agent program, though, is a mystery. But it seems like he was fired due to incompetence. We see throughout the series that Doof is good at building things, he's just not good at using the things that he builds. Major Monogram even says it himself in the episode Agent Doof.
You've done more harm inside the agency than you ever did outside.
In short, OWCA doesn't
True.
Doofenshmirtz as a member of their organization due to his destructive tendencies.
Doofenshmirtz!
But thanks to a few select details in the Phineas and Ferb movie, we know that they weren't ready to get rid of him completely. In the movie, Phineas and Ferb across the second dimension, Perry the Platypus has to break OWCA and reveal his secret identity to the two brothers, which, according to regulation, means that he has to be relocated to a new host family.
Now that Agent P's cover has been blown, you won't be allowed to see him anymore.
However, Major Monogram comes up with an alternate solution. They can use the Amnesia-inator to wipe Phineas and Ferb's memories, allowing Perry to continue to live with them as an undercover agent.
So none of us will remember any of today?
Oh yeah, in that movie.
In the process, they lose all the memories of the adventures that they had while visiting the second dimension with Perry. But hold on for a second there. Amnesia-inator? That sounds like the sort of stupid name that Dr. Doofenshmirtz would give an invention. And indeed, it is.
Dr. Doofenshmirtz's Amnesia-inator.
We find out in the movie that Perry's brown fedora isn't just for fashion. Hidden in his hat is an AutoScan Replication device, which OWCA's been using
Yeah,
to
that
collect
one.
data on all of Doof's inventions so that they can then replicate them for themselves.
Every operative is equipped with an AutoScan Replication device, just like the one in your hat. We've been using the information you've gathered to replicate each and every one of Dr. Doofenshmirtz's innators.
And this is where OWCA's motives finally become clear. Dr. Doofenshmirtz may have been a terrible secret agent and a bad villain. I mean, bad as in he's incompetent at being a villain, not that he's a bad villain, because he's really kind of harmless. But he's a brilliant inventor. The fact that all his plans go sideways usually has less to do with the inventions themselves and more to do with the way he tries to use them.
Hey, all of my innators work. It's just that, I don't use them properly. I have poor planning skills.
The AutoScan Replication OWCA to benefit from Dr. Doofenshmirtz's inventions without having to deal with the problems that he would cause them by being an agent. And the best part is, Doofenshmirtz is the one paying to construct them all. Or, to be more accurate, his ex-wife is paying for it all.
I get a big alimony check every month, so money's no object.
Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated is unwittingly serving as OWCA's research and development department. True, they do have to employ Perry to swoop in once a day to scan Doofenshmirtz's latest invention and foil whatever evil plan he's trying to enact, but that's way cheaper than funding the cost of their own R&D. They let him run free so that they can continue to profit off of his work. And think about what Major Monogram said before.
You've done more harm inside the agency than you ever did outside.
If Doofenshmirtz is going to be more of a hindrance than a help to whichever side he's on, then having him on the side of evil is actually the best possible outcome for OWCA. We know that Doofenshmirtz is a member of the League of Villainous Evildoers maniacally uniting for frightening investments and naughtiness.
You want us to be called Love Muffin?
And Love Muffin does have some members who are actually dangerous criminals, like Rodenstein.
I prefer you use my full name. Louise Everhard Elizabeth Otto
no.
Rodenstein.
Who plans to destroy summer forever by moving the Earth away from the sun. That's pretty evil. And notice that at the end of the episode, Rodenstein gets arrested, but Doof, he's allowed to run free. As we know from Major Monogram's daily briefings with Perry, OWCA is always watching Doofenshmirtz's movements vigilantly, which means that wherever he goes, Perry can follow, discovering where the evil guys are headed and what their next plan is. For so long, 10 years now, we've been led to believe that Doof is the bad guy, something that Doofenshmirtz believes when he brands his company Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated. Yet all of the evidence points to him actually being a tragic hero of Phineas and Ferb, a hero whose contribution will never be known or appreciated outside of the OWCA. Not even by Dr. Heinz Doofenshmirtz himself. He's so deep undercover that not even he realizes that all of his schemes are ultimately helping the OWCA, both by acting as the research and development department and by inadvertently acting as a mole who lets them catch the more dangerous villains who actually pose a threat to the public. He may not have been the partner
heck?
Platypus wanted, but he turns out to be the nemesis that Perry needs. But hey, that's just a theory. A film theory. And cut.
Okay, that was twisted logic. So, they don't need him on their side, but they need his brain, his inventions, and so on. That's pretty messed up. So basically, he's wasting money he didn't need to waste. He's doing all this. And wow. That's the most twisted, most fricked up way to go about this. Basically, Doofenshmirtz is a villain. And not because he's evil. I mean, the way his thought process is, but his execution of it is not evil. It's just, they just put him there because, A, they don't have to pay an R&D department for making stuff. But because he tends to mess things up, they didn't just do that. And he's not much of a threat, and they could arrest him at any time. It's just you just leave him out to be used. That's messed up. Like, seriously, that no matter how you look at it, he's just being used all around. That's pretty twisted. And to think a kid show had this. Wow. That is something to really think on. That's pretty messed up. I mean, the least they could do is actually pay him in secrecy, like give him money in his bank account or something. Because they just went ahead and did all this in the most twisted way possible. Wow. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button down below. Hit the subscribe button to support the channel and the content provided. Hit the notification button to be notified immediately when a new video comes out. And the link to this video will be down in the description below, so give Film Theory love and support for the video they made. That is pretty freaking twisted. Tell me your thoughts on this in the comment section below, because I think it's freaking twisted. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!